He wields a sickle-shaped zanpakuto called Fushi. He is an elite Shinigami who was already set to become a seated official during his time at the Shino Academy. He is so fascinated by Tosen Kaname that he was appointed vice captain of the 9th Division, where he demonstrates his true abilities. Shuhei Hisagi. Shuhei has a high ability to deal with projectiles, such as a special flash attack that nullifies projectiles while in motion, and a unique technique that easily cancels out projectiles. Although his attack power is modest, he has many excellent techniques that are easy to use. As the soul of both his opponent and himself decreases, the performance of his techniques increases in response to the fear. So he is a character who shows his true potential in a long-term battle. Okay, so not only is he an anti-zoner, but that fear is built up by dealing damage to your opponent as well as receiving damage. And I'm not sure if it's just base damage or if it's specifically when you destroy Konpakus or have your Konpaku destroyed. We shall see, because the first thing that they actually show us is his unique specification, fear. Hisagi's fear accumulates when the soul of either himself or his opponent is destroyed or awakened. The more fear he has, the more damage he inflicts on his opponent, and the performance of some of his techniques change. So it is specifically when you destroy a Konpaku, when you get your Konpaku destroyed, and according to this, when not only you awaken, but when your opponent awakens as well. And thinking of this from the actual aspect of the emotion of fear is kind of funny, because like, as you are getting hit and your soul is being destroyed, you're freaking out, and as you're doing it to your opponent, you're freaking out, and then when you transform, you're freaking out even more, and then when your opponent transforms, you're freaking out even more, and that fear meter is just building up. So I think that's a little comical just thinking about it like that, but overall, this meter seems like it is going to be very, very interesting. It has a lot of notches on it. I think this is 20 notches, so I want to see exactly how many of these fear notches go up at a time. I want to see how that actually plays out in a real battle, not just the way it sounds on paper. Shuhei is a 4-star ease of use character. He has a very low attack stat to start. Not very low. This is pretty much average. Maybe up here is average. But when that fear, like we just read, that fear meter increases, this is going to be going up as well. His speed is very high, almost completely maxed out. Same for his range. And his defense is a lot higher than I thought it would be, but that makes sense if he is going to be a long-term battle type of character. So his defense is pretty good there, and he is not too keen on the special techniques. And I'm not gonna lie, looking at his auto combo, I think this might be a character that I'm very interested to play, because we can kind of see that speed stat show itself, and then he does have a lot of forward mobility on those hits too. Now, the second thing they show us in the trailer is his spiritual pressure technique 1, but what I want to go over next is his unique skill, Hado number 58, Arashi. They didn't show this off in the trailer, but this is probably, this plus his awakening is probably why his range is so high. He creates a tornado in front of the opponent to attack. The attack range is narrow, but it lasts a long time, making it a good technique for intercepting approaching opponents. Also, the more fear you accumulate, the more hits and range you can get. Maybe when your fear gauge is maxed out, this will go full screen if your opponent is full screen, but if you're not that far into your fear gauge, it'll just not reach them. It'll just be gradually getting closer and closer to the opponent as that fear gauge accumulates, if they are like full screen distance away, which is it's interesting. And it also says there's going to be more hits, so I'm assuming, just throwing out arbitrary numbers, when you first launch it out, it'll hit like 1 or 2 times. Your fear gauge is halfway full, maybe it hits 5 or 6 times, and then your fear gauge is all the way full, maybe it hits like 9 or 10 times, 10 or 11 times, who knows. But as I'm thinking about that and just talking through it, I'm realizing that that means the hit stun itself is going to last longer the more fear you have built up. So say you have your fear gauge maxed out and this is hitting him 10 plus times, you have enough time with how high his speed is to be able to capitalize on them being in the middle of a hit and combo. You can keep that combo going, whether that's just dashing up to him, whether that's a flash step, whether that's you're in your awakening, you have increased range and you just try to throw out your attack and try to drag him a little closer. I don't know, but I think that this is going to be another character where we're going to have some very hidden, disgusting combo potential. And even if it's not combo potential, it'll 1000% be damage potential for sure, just with the fact of his fear meter. Now, going on to something they did show us, his spiritual pressure technique 1, Hado number 31, Red Fire Cannon, Hado number 33, Blue Fire Fall, and Hado number 54, Abandoned Flame. Depending on the amount of fear acquired, the Kido that is released will change to Red Fire Cannon, Blue Fire Fall, or Discarded Flame, and its performance will increase accordingly. Looking at the trailer, it doesn't look like, when they say performance, it doesn't look like anything changes besides the color of the fireball that comes out and possibly the size of it. Obviously, we can't see the damage, so I'm assuming that as it increases in stage, that it's going to increase in damage too, because correct me if I'm wrong, but with the Hado techniques, the Kido techniques, the higher the number goes, the more complicated and powerful the technique is, right? That's an assumption. That's literally me assuming based off of what we've been watching in the show recently and just this as well. And I'm also assuming that they're getting stronger because the first hit that we see is a red fireball, then it goes to a blue fireball, then it goes to purple. And if I'm not wrong, based off of how hot the flame burns, obviously if you have like minerals and elements in there, it'll change the color of the flame too, but based off of how hot the flame burns, you're going to get those different colors as well, and the hottest one would be purple out of all those three. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. If we have any physics / chemistry gurus in the comments, definitely let me know about that. But yeah, I think that this is really just going to increase the damage that these moves do. They look like they all come out at the same speed. They look like they all have the same travel speed. And I think I said something about the size increasing. I think these fireballs are honestly all the same size as well. So it's probably just going to be a base damage increase for each one of these transitions. Then they show us his spiritual pressure technique 2. Warrior Mindset. He prepares his arms to counterattack. If he is attacked while in the stance, he will attack from behind the enemy and follow up with a Thunder Shock Surprise. Damage increases with the amount of fear he has accumulated, so this could be a turning point in the final stages of a battle. Oh, that's nasty. His follow-up is absolutely disgusting. That Thunder Shock Surprise looks vicious, and the fact that it's not a hard knockdown. That's not a term or a thing that I even think exists in Rebirth of Souls. There are no hard knockdowns, but you do get that knockback window to where you can follow up with a lot of things after you use this attack. So when you have that knockback, you can follow up, if you have enough range, with your yellow reverse. You can follow up with a flash step. You can follow up with maybe even a Hado technique from his spiritual pressure 1 if you have enough EX meter. Possibly you can follow up with his unique skill, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many things that you can do to follow up with his kit after a knockback like that. Say you want to follow up with your kick-on move, maybe, like, depending on, well, no, maybe I don't know, depending on if the guard meter is depleted and their health is low enough. I don't know, because I don't think you'll have enough hit stun for that. But yeah, like, this is absolutely insane to me, because we were talking about this in the Discord. If the counterattacks activate when you are hit with a ranged item, a projectile is the word, I don't know why I didn't say that, you are going to have some crazy characters with counter abilities. The ones that have the counters that teleport to the character, like how Shuhei has, are going to be absolutely filthy, because if you pop your, say you're going up against the Uryu, right? All the way on the other side of the map, he's throwing out his Lichtregen, all those, he's throwing out his little Quincy moves, he's throwing out everything. And then right before that arrow gets to you, you pop your spiritual pressure technique 2, and then you teleport behind him, and then now you have the range to follow up even more. And if that fear gauge is built up super duper high, you are going to be doing insane damage. That's how I take it. And if that is the case, then dude, Shuhei is right up there with Kira on my list of mains. Like, I really gotta drop this tier list for y'all, but I genuinely am excited about the characters that have this type of like either super duper high combo or damage potential. And I think that Shuhei is going to be one of those characters. The next thing they show us is his awakening, Shikai, Death by Wind. By releasing his Shikai, Fushi, some of his actions change. The content of his flash attack changes, and he gains a means of attacking at mid-range. Although the increase in his abilities is low, it has great potential when you include the strengthening from the accumulation of fear. Reading this, I don't think that his fear meter will increase passively while he's in his awakening. It doesn't read like that. It kind of read like that during the trailer. I think that you are just going to be able to better take advantage of the fact that you're dealing more damage and destroying projectiles when you're in his awakening, because he's not getting that big of a boost from the awakening itself. It's more so a change in play style. And I wish they would have showed us at least something to do with him destroying projectiles in the trailer, because if he's the anti-zoner that they're making him out to be, he is probably going to be a lot more popular online than I originally thought, just seeing that we had him as a character even before clicking on the trailer. And then when his awakening happens and you do get that moveset change, Heavenly Demon, I think, was the one that pointed this out in the Discord, but you actually drag the opponent closer with one of his basic attacks. It's not a get over here per se, but it kind of works in a very similar way, and that combo is filthy. I'm wondering exactly how far the reach on this is going to go, because if you have enough reach on this to grab somebody after a launcher, I don't think you do. I'm not saying that you do. I don't think you do, but if you do, that is going to be disgusting. I think that this is going to work best with any of his moves that give any type of knockback, especially his counterattack. So once you do that counterattack, they're probably at that perfect range for that part of your combo to drag them back closer to you so you can keep comboing them. Hit them with a yellow reverse, drag them back closer again, hit them with the flash step, drag them closer again after that combo, then hit them with the launcher, cancel that. Oh wait, no, you can't cancel it. I already said you used your reverse meter, and then you hit him with the key call move. Like, I think that that's going to just be insane. Like, he is, I say this after damn near, I feel like I said this after every single trailer except for Sajin and Nell. He is on my short list of mains. Like, genuinely, he is on my short list of mains. So I'm very excited to see how this plays out in real time. The homie Moonlight Mask said, glad he made it in. The awakening animation looks cool. Yeah, it does. I think that this is one of the drippiest characters in Bleach, even though he sucks. He's like dog water in the actual show, and I'm disappointed every time he's on the screen. I have the exact same reaction, or I'm sorry, the exact opposite reaction to him being in the game. So I do think his awakening looks cool, and I'm excited to play as him. The homie Hypo Vortex said, definitely day one main. One of my favorite characters, and his kit looks awesome. I don't blame you for him being one of your favorite characters. Very cool looking dude. And if this is going to be one of your mains, you're going to have to give me some pointers. I probably won't pick him up right away. So by the time I get to him, you're already going to be on the top of the leaderboards when it comes to Shuhei players. So I'm definitely going to be coming to you for some advice. And the homie Vic Vibes said, he will be my main. I have been waiting for his reveal. Also, prediction. One of the 1,000-Year Blood War DLC characters will be Chojuro, Yama's vice captain. I wonder about that prediction. You might be right. I'm not entirely sure, but I am excited for you to be able to main him. And then once again, you can give me some pointers too, Vic, because I will be coming for every single Shuhei main. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do the canonical thing, and I'm gonna beat you with your boy Kira. My boy Kira is Shuhei's boy Kira, which is your boy. So at the end of the day, we're gonna have these canonical battles, and I can't wait to have them with you guys. You know what? Let me read a couple more comments. The homie Kai said Tosin used Hien on Grimjow. Also, shout out to the people that corrected me on that. It's Hien. It's not Hain. It's Hien. And that's how it reads. So dumb on me for mispronouncing that. Thank you for the correction. Tosin used Hien on Grimjow after cutting his arm off. He used Hien to completely destroy / erase Grimjow's arm so he couldn't have it back. That's why Luffy was so shocked when Orihime healed Grimjow. His arm was literally erased from existence, yet some human girl has godlike power to reverse that. I'm actually glad that you explained not only when it was used, who it was used by, but also how it works, because I was like, why are they so shocked that she healed his arm? Because in my opinion, that wasn't that crazy of a feat. Because in my head, I'm like, she's just healing an injury. No, the way the technique works, it literally was erased from existence and should never have been able to be mended. That's crazy. The fact that we don't see this move on Tosin is kind of wild. I wish we would have had that as one of his techniques. So maybe we'll see. Maybe that technique's in a different version of Tosin. Who knows? Who knows? Star OG said, I didn't expect him to make it because he doesn't really have special abilities, but now that he's confirmed, I also hope for Yumi Chika, as his Shikai is actually pretty interesting. Fuck Yumi Chika. Fuck Yumi Chika. I don't like Yumi Chika. No shade to anybody that's a Yumi Chika fan, but I genuinely despise Yumi Chika, not only as a character, but as just somebody in my fighting game. I don't want him in. I don't want Yumi Chika in. Let me rephrase that. I don't want Yumi Chika to take the spot over somebody like Orihime or White Ichigo or shit, even Momo. I would rather have a Momo than Yumi Chika. Very, very hot take there. Let me know what you guys think. But once again, no shade if you do like him. I can see it. I can see it. His powers are pretty cool and he's a cool looking dude, so I can see it. And finally, Keyblade Kid. Final roster prediction. We're going to get Ikkaku, Yumi Chika, the rest of the Vizards, and including Orihime. We're also going to get the remaining Espada members, bringing the base roster to 42. The order, I don't know. That's whatever, but this is who I think is going to be there. Come back March 21st. It is what it is. So I'm wondering how accurate this is going to be, because with only 7 weeks left, we are, I don't want to say guaranteed to get at least 7 more characters, but based off the verbiage they've used that we're going to continue to get these Monday trailers indefinitely until the game comes out is how I took it. So we have at least 7 more characters, but they could pull a Sparking Zero and be like, haha, surprise, gotcha. That was just all marketing. Here's this actual roster full of what, he said 42? Yeah, 42 people. We could get something like that. There's nothing saying we also can't get maybe the last couple of weeks, multiple character trailers in a week. We've gotten that before. We got 3 character trailers in 1 week before. So maybe they do that. I don't know. But I think at the very least, we are safe to say that we're going to get the top 3 Espada. I think we're going to get Ikkaku. I'm pretty sure we're going to get White. I want Orihime to be in the game. And honestly, Noitora. Yeah, Noitora. I can't believe I almost forgot about him. He has to be in the game too. I don't think we're going to get the Cayenne Espada. I don't think we're going to get the Black Espada, the dude that was all about the love that they just freaking recreated in the 1,000-Year Blood War arc is a Quincy. Anyway. Yeah, so I think we're going to get at least 7 more characters, but if we can get more and the roster gets to 42 characters before DLC, that is going to be amazing. Because that's just more characters for me to try out, more characters for you to play as, and more videos for me to make. Once again, I don't think that roster size will make or break a game as long as it has around 25 characters base roster with very, very unique mechanics from one another. I honestly think that the roster size that we have now, if you were to add the top 3 Espada to it, I personally, and even Owlflame over in the Discord was saying the same thing, he'd be happy with it just how it is now. But if you add the top 3 Espada, for me personally, that would be enough for me. We get what we have now plus Stark, Haribel, and Baragon. I think that's how you pronounce his name. and I'm golden, dude. So definitely let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment, a like, and subscribe. It's been real. It's your boy, Lee the Warlord, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Fuck, I'm a gangsta. Yeah.